Are visible? It is visible to you, my screen.
Yes, sir.
So this is a new topic today. We are going to discuss helical spring subjected to fatigue loading. Just check it once. Is it recording, Babu? It is recording. So helical springs are subjected to fatigue loading. Fatigue means subjected to fluctuating. Already we discussed this fatigue loading. So whenever the machine component is subjected to fatigue load, the component is going to fail within the below the yield point. Okay. So under this, what are the topic we discussed in DME, in design of machine element subject? We discuss the types of stresses. What are those? Cyclic stress. Cyclic stress. Second one is the fluctuating stresses. Third one is the repeated stresses. Fourth one is the impact repeated, completely reversible stresses. So this type of sorry, not completely, alternating stresses. So this type of four types of stresses going to generated in a fatigue loading. So when the machine components are subjected to fatigue loading, so what we discussed there in DME, two important topics we discussed when the component is subjected to fatigue loading, that is Goodsman relation, one is the Soderberg relation. So same manner here also, the spring is subjected to fatigue loading, nothing but fluctuating loading or cyclic. Instead of telling the fatigue, the topic may be given as a cyclic, the topic may be given as a fluctuating, alternating, except these repeated stresses. Okay. So when the springs are subjected to these types of stresses, nothing but fatigue loading. So here particularly Soderberg line method we are following here. So in this Soderberg line method, designing for the spring, material whatever we selecting, that material is tested, nothing but after manufacturing the spring with some material, that material is going to tested under torsional endurance strength. So that is given here. So whereas in a DME, what we discussed, so Soderberg equation I am writing 1 by Fs equal mean stresses by yield strength plus variable stress into Kf by endurance into Kf, Ks, K surface. This is the basic equation. So see here, for the designing of the Soderberg equation under consideration, so yield strength take in the consideration and tensile yield strength, tensile endurance limit. But here shear endurance strength is considering. Okay. So that's the reason here the equation is written on the y-axis is a endurance limit. And in this spring is subjected to completely reversible stresses, network cyclic stresses, fluctuating and alternating, except this repeated stress. So that is the reason the Soderberg line is method whatever we are using here, that is modified method. Modified method we are using. What is modified method? Only the difference is the vertical axis is offset from the distance from the this one. Here it is showing that dotted line. So in DME, we discuss about the Soderberg method like this. Directly, this is the O, and this is the A point, this is the B point, and this is the Soderberg line, and this is the safe stress line. So like this we discuss in the DME. But here, one offset line is enlarging and giving the same dimensions here. Okay, so that is the difference here. That's the reason we are calling it is as a modified Soderberg relation. So the endurance limit for this figure shown by the point A, and endurance limit nothing but shear endurance limit. This is the one. And for the B point, yield shear limit. It is denoting here. Now, by considering the one factor of safety value, one safe stress line we are drawing here, which is parallel to the Soderberg line, that is known as a safe stress line. It means whatever the component we are designing, this statement I am telling for applicable to all components. So safe stress line, nothing but whatever the components we are designing, all should be lies in this region, not exceeding this line. Maybe it will fall under this line, but it should not exceed this line. So it means if it is our design, whatever the parameters exceeding this line means our design is not safe condition. So that is the meaning of this one. On this safe stress line, one point we are considering to get the value of factor of safety. So why we are considering this Soderberg line method? To design the spring under safe condition. Okay. So one point on the CD line, one point we are considering the like a P. So to get the value of factor of safety. So to get the value of factor of safety, similar triangles we are considering here. So what are those? Just wait, I'm showing. So the similar triangles are, I'm drawing with red color. See here. Triangle PQD. One is the one triangle, and the triangle AOB. These similar triangles we are drawing here. So considering the similar triangles, one is the PQD and another is the AOB. So from these similar triangles, PQ by QD equal OA by OB. So PQ is, as usual I am writing here, QD. QD means this is the one. So to get the QD value from O1 to D, O1 to D minus O1 to Q. Q equal OA, as this I am writing OA, and OB. OB means O1B. OB means O1 to B minus, this is the OB. So O1B minus O1Q. O1Q. Now PQ means what here? The PQ is equal to variable stress by O1D. So what is O1D? This is the O1D. Yield strength in shear by factor of safety minus O1Q. What is O1Q? This is the O1Q, mean stress. that is equal to OA. OA means what here? OA, this is the one, by 2 O1B. What is O1B here? O1 to B minus O1Q. What is O1Q here? This is the one, by 2. So this equation, variable stress by yield strength by factor of safety minus mean stress equal endurance in shear divided by 2 into yield shear minus endurance in shear. So from the above relation, if we simplify, 2 into variable stress into yield stress equal, minus variable stress, endurance stress equal yield strength, endurance strength into yield stress by factor of safety minus mean stress into endurance stress. So with this relation we can also write yield strength into endurance strength by factor of safety equal 2 into variable yield minus variable and endurance plus mean into endurance. Now dividing the both sides with these two values. So dividing means I am directly dividing here endurance and yield, endurance and yield, dividing both sides. So we will get 1 by factor of safety equal mean stress minus variable stress by yield strength in shear. So here all are we are considering shear manner because spring is subjecting to shear only, not tensile, not compressive, plus 2 into variable by endurance. So with this relation we are going to calculate the factor of safety. So why we consider one point P on the safe stress line to get the value of factor of safety. Okay, so with this equation we are calculating the factor of safety. So once if we get the factor of safety value, so whatever the parameters we calculated, mean stress, variable stress, yield stress or endurance stress, so these are all the under safe condition. So if these parameters whatever we are calculating under safe condition, our design is safe. Nothing but whatever the design parameters, mean diameter, free length of the spring, solid length of the spring, and mean diameter. So these are all the whatever the parameters pertaining to the design of springs are all under safe condition. Okay. Now with this equation, what is mean stress? So mean stress is nothing but Ks into 8WD by pi dq. Okay, so here whatever the load value we are taking, that is mean load, remember, and here Ks we are considering for the mean only. Whenever you are writing mean stress, So directly blindly go through the Ks value. What is Ks? Shear factor, that is 1 plus 1 by 2c. Okay. Now mean load. What is mean load? I'm writing mean load is maximum load plus minimum load by 2. Okay. Now what is variable stress? So variable stress I'm writing K into 8WD by pi d cube. So here, while writing the variable, I'm just writing the Wahl's stress factor. While I'm writing the mean, I'm writing the Ks, shear factor I'm considering. So in this manner only you have to follow. So whenever you're writing the mean stress, blindly go through this equation. Whenever writing the variable stress, particularly in design of spring for subjecting to the fatigue loading, these equations you have to follow. Variable means this K value Wahl's factor. What is Wahl's factor? Wahl's stress factor 4C minus 1 by 4C minus 4 plus 0.615 by C. Again here, what is the load here? The load type is variable load, because we are taking the variable stress. So variable load is, I am writing the equation, variable load is maximum load minus minimum load by 2. Okay, so mean means we have to add the two loads and take the average. Here make the difference and divided by 2, that is a variable. So remember this point. Okay, so design of springs under fatigue loading, nothing but fluctuating loading, nothing but cyclic loading, nothing but alternating. So here name is changing but the concept is same. Okay, so whenever these type of questions asking, so this equation we have to follow, and whatever the procedure we proceeded in the previous classes, same procedure we have to follow. Okay, only the thing is, one new equation we are getting here with on the basis of this equation we are getting the small d value, that is y diameter. Okay, so if we get the y diameter under the safe condition, so whatever the remaining parameters are there, all are under the safe condition. Okay, so regarding this topic, do you have any doubt? You can ask. Otherwise, we'll move to the one problem on the basis of this topic. Shall we move to next topic? That is problem. See here. See the question. A helical compression spring is there made of oil tempered. See, remember this terminology, oil tempered carbon steel. Okay, so oil tempered carbon steel is subjecting to the load which is vary from the 400 to 1000. So see here, the load is varying from the 400 to 1000. It means, so first we will write the given data. Given data, so minimum value is 400 newtons, maximum load is 1000 newtons. The spring index value given in the question as 6. See here, the spring index is a 6. Design a factor of safety. So already factor of safety value is given 1.25. So factor of safety 1.25. If the yield stress in shear, shear. Yield stress in shear is given. Yield stress in shear 770 megapascal, otherwise 770 Newton per mm square. And endurance stress in shear. Remember, wow, always the fluctuating load, endurance or yield are in the form of shear only. Okay, endurance in shear is given 350 megapascal, 350 megapascal or else 350 Newton per mm square. Okay, the question is, first question, size of the spring wire D how much? The second question is, determine the diameter of the spring, that is capital D. Third question, number of turns in the spring. So how many number of turns are there in the spring? The fourth question is, free length of the spring, how much? So additionally I am calculating here what is the pitch of the spring. So these are all the design parameters. Whether he asks or not asks, my suggestion is calculate the all parameters, whatever the design procedure is there, whatever the parameters are there, you have to calculate all the things. Okay, pitch of the spring. Here compression of the spring here given this much 30, that is nothing but deflection. Deflection is 30 mm. And the modulus of rigidity capital G is given 80 kilo Newton per mm square, nothing but 80 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per mm square. So writing the given data is very important, and writing the question marks also important. It's nothing but clearly evaluator easily understand what is the question, what you are doing. Okay. Now one by one we are calculating. First we are calculating the D value, Y diameter. So to calculate the Y diameter, here see what is the equation. That's first we go through the equation one by one. We have one equation, maximum shear stress equal K into 8WD by pi dq. This equation generally you know. This equation based on the design of spring based on strength. But see here W, so we have two loads. That loads varying from the 400 to 1000. So this equation is suited for the only single W is there. When static, it is subject to static loading. But the question is appearing in the manner it is varying from the 4000 to 1000. It's nothing but fluctuating. So fluctuating means nothing but you have to conclude like this. It is subject to fluctuating load, so that's the reason we have to consider the problem based on the fatigue loading. Like that, you have to make the conclusion. After making the conclusion, what you have to do? Directly you can go through the factor of safety equation. What is the factor of safety equation? First one we are calculating the small d. So what is factor of safety equation? 1 by factor of safety. 1 by factor of safety equal mean stress minus variable stress by mean stress minus variable stress by yield strength in shear plus 2 into variable stress by endurance strength in shear. So this is the basic equation. So factor of safety value is given in the question 1.1, how much? 1.125, no, 1.25, and yield strength value also given in the question. How much yield strength? 770. Endurance strength also is given in the problem as 350, and we don't know mean, we don't know variable. So I'm calculating the mean stress first. So to calculate the mean steps, what equation you have to select? Ks into 8W mean into D by pi dq. Now see here, in this equation, Ks we can calculate, okay, and mean W also we can calculate, but we don't know capital D. That is the question mark again, second question mark. So that's the reason this d by small d, this d by small d, I'm converting into C. Ks into 8W mean into C by pi d square. So why I'm instead of writing C here d cube, I'm writing d square because C means capital D by small d. Okay. Now what is Ks? Ks is nothing but shear stress factor, that is 1 plus 1 by 2C. So get the equation 1 plus 1 by 2 into C value, how much given in the question? C value is given in the question 6. Now tell me the Ks value how much? 1 plus 1 by 2C, that is 6. C means 6. Tell me the value. Asif Babu, are you there? Roll number 62.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what happened yesterday class? Day before yesterday class, you are absent.
Yes, sir.
Why? Any problem is there?
No, sir.
Daily I am monitoring every class. You and some 15 students as they are there under my mentee.
Yes, sir.
I'll monitor you 15 persons daily from the morning hour to last hour.
Hello. So not getting voice, sir.
Can you hear my voice, Babu? Hello.
Now getting, sir. Now getting,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sorry for the delay. There power cut problem is there. Continuously it is happening. So is it appearing my screen, Babu?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Now tell me that.
Yes, sir.
Tell me that value, Babu. 1 plus 1 by 2, 6. How much you got? One plus 1 by 2, 2 into 6. How much, Babu?
1.083, sir.
1.083.
083.
1.083. Very good. 1.083. Okay. Now mean load. So what is mean load? Maximum load plus minimum load by 2. So maximum load is 1000, minimum load is 500. So 1500 by 2. 1500 by 2 means 750. And what are the other parameters are there? This is the 6th. Now substitute the all parameters here. Mean stress equal .083 into 8 into 750 into pi into d square. So mean stress is given in the question. No. This is the mean stress. So calculate the mean stress in terms of d square. Megapascal. Tell me the mean stress value in terms of d square. Get it fast. Tell me that mean stress value. Do it fast. How much time you are taking, Babu? Okay. 12410. One two four 1 0. Now in same manner, get the variable stress. So variable stress is nothing but K into 8 W variable into D by pi D square. Sorry, D cube. So this one K into 8 variable into C by pi D square. Okay, now what is K here? Wall stress concentration factor, that is 4C minus 1 by 4C minus 4.615 by C. So in place of C I am writing 6. Okay, now tell me the first K value, then calculate the W variable, that is maximum W minimum by 2, that is 1000 minus 500 by 2, that is 250. So tell me the K value, how much?
K value 1.2.
K value
1.25.
25. So get the value of variable stress. 1.25 into 8 into 250 into 6 by 5 d square. So variable stress you will get in terms of d square, megapascal. So tell me the variable stress value. Do it fast, Babu.
Four seven seven 4.6.
4784. 4784. 4784. So all values we got. See in previous equation. So just now we calculated these all parameters. Mean stress we calculated just now. Here is the mean stress. Variable stress just now we calculated. Already we know these values, and this is the variable stress just now we calculated. Substitute the all values. So this value how much? 12410 by d square, and this one is how much? This one 4784. 4784 by d square. 4784 by d square. So all are there. You just substitute the value and get the finally d value. With this equation, we will get the d value. With this equation, finally, after substituting the all values, we will get the d value in terms of mm. Tell me the d value. Do it fast. What is d value? Do it fast, Babu. Manoj Babu, are you there?
Sir, 2.81.
4.81. 2.81. It is nothing but d. I am taking 3 mm. Spring wire diameter I am taking 3 mm. Okay. Now after calculating the, what is the first question here? What is small d? Now second question is capital D, mean diameter of the spring. So that I am calculating now. So second question is mean diameter of the spring. So to calculate mean diameter of the spring, from the spring index relation, capital C equal capital D by small d. With this relation, we can calculate the C into D. C value we got, question itself given 6, and D value how much we got? 3. So this is the capital D. Now what is the next question? Outer diameter of the spring, that is D naught. So outer diameter of the spring D naught is mean diameter of the spring plus wide diameter of the spring. Now next one is the inner diameter of the spring, that is Di, that is nothing but mean diameter, wide diameter. So mean diameter how much we got? Just tell me the mean diameter how much?
18.
18 minus
18 plus, sir. 18 plus 3, 21.
plus 3. 18 plus 3, here 18 minus 3. So these are all. Now what is the fifth point? Fifth point is the number of turns in the spring. In the spring. So number of turns in the spring is nothing but N. So for this, from the deflection equation, we can get this value. So deflection equation, what we have? Deflection equal 8W d³ into N by G d power 4. Okay. So D value we know, small d value also we know, and W value. Which W we have to take? So deflection is, here we have the two W's. One is a maximum, one is a minimum. So between these two, which W we have to take? Generally, when the maximum load is applied on the spring, then only deflection is going to takes place. So the reason here we are taking the 1000. Okay. So deflection value is given in question as a 30 mm. So substitute all the things here. 30 equal 8 into 1000 into d cube. How much d we got? 18. Cube into N by G value 80 into 10 power 3 given in the question, and small d value we got power 4. Now tell me the number of tons in the spring, how many? Do it fast, Babu. How many number of tons are there?
4.16.
4.16. So 4.16. Okay. So it is nothing but 4 only. Now after calculating the number of tons, so these 4 are the active tons, but we have to calculate the number of tons including active and inactive. So that reason here particularly problem is not mentioned whether it is a plain end, squared end, grounded end, or squared and grounded end, not mentioned. So that reason we have to consider squared and grounded end condition. So because we are considering this one, the end condition is n plus 2, that is n dash. Okay. So n value we got 4 plus 2, that is total number of tons in the spring is 6, including active and inactive. Okay. Remember this point. So after calculating number of tons, now next one is the free length of the spring. So free length of the spring is n dash into d maximum deflection plus 0.15 into maximum deflection. This is the equation we have. So deflection value is given in the question 30. Okay. So n dash just now we calculated as a 6. D also we got as a 6. 30 value given in the question, 0.15 into 30. Now what is the free length of the spring? Tell me the free length of the spring, Babu.
70.5.
70.5. Now what is the next parameter? Pitch of the spring. So pitch of the spring equation we have free length of the spring by n dash minus 1. So free length we got just now 70.5, n dash as a 6 minus 1. Now tell me what is the value? What is the value?
15.1.
15.1.
14.1, sir.
14.1. 14.1. So after calculating these are all things, what we have to do finally, we have to construct the one spring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and one is the two inactives, for the actives. While drawing in paper with pencil, neatly you have to draw. Okay. Suppose you are getting the less number of tons, so you can draw as per the answer. If you are getting the number of tons as a 20, don't draw the lengthy diagram. Okay. Now wire diameter is wire diameter is small d is 6, and pitch we got just now 14.1. and mean diameter, how much we got, Babu? Mean diameter 18. Mean diameter is 18. So outer diameter, inner diameter, this is the D naught, this is the DA, and the free length of the spring. So how much we got free length of the spring? 70.5. So what are the parameters we calculated? This number of turns, everything is over. So like this, after completion of the answer, you have to draw the spring diagram with neat sketch with pencil and show the dimensions whatever you calculated in this manner. Okay. Regarding this problem, do you have any doubt, Babu? Otherwise, we will move to the next topic. Any doubts, Babu? Shall we move to next topic? So, wait, I am taking attendance. So tomorrow we'll start with the new topic, design of composite springs. So regarding today's topic, do you have any doubts? You can ask, Babu. Asif Babu, are you there?
Myself, sir, 6062. Yes, sir, I'm there.
You attend the regularly classes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes, sir.
Sayed Ilyas Babu, are you there? Ilyas Babu. He is not there. He simply switched on the mobile and he's gone somewhere. Ilyas Babu. His name is appearing, but he is not reflecting. Manoj Babu, are you there? Manoj. Uzair, Usaid, Yahya. Nobody is there. Roll number 3, Atif Babu.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who is that next other person? Reflect.
Sir, roll number 3, Mohammed Muzammil.
Roll number
17 batch, sir. Muhammad Muzammil, roll number 3.
Rule number 3. I'm asking Atif Babu.
Yes, sir. I am there.
So why you are not coming regularly?
Sir, नहीं मालूम था कि classes चल रहे बोल के.
No, you have to come regular. Babu. Your attendance, even if you present and attending 5 minutes and going, so that is not considered as attend. At least you have to stay 40 minutes. In a 1 hour class, you have, if you stay 40 minutes, then only it is considered as a you are present for the class. In that manner, we are taking the attendance. This one also I am telling you. After completion of the course, you come to the college, sir, मैं attend हुआ, मुझे attendance नहीं मिला. Don't say like that. You inform to your other friends also who are not attending the class. So inform to the students to attend the class regularly. Kabir Babu, are you there? He is not there. Adil is not there. I don't know the names of B section, Babu, but B section people, no one is there. Just raise the hands, B section people. Raise the hands, B section. Okay. Only few people is there. So you people also inform to your friends